Happy Valentine's Day to everyone, and also welcome to our viewers at home. We're sitting here at grade 12 class doing some algebraic revision. We did the first question here was simple solve for x, and we saw that this one wasn't really necessary for us to solve by using the quadratic formula. But the next one, however, they hint us to use the quadratic formula. And what is the hint that they give us? Correct till 2 decimal places. Now, when you ever encounter that, whenever you account, most of the time, is make a note for the viewers at home. This class sitting in front of me, they know that this is what you're going to do every time when you see that. You're going to use the quadratic formula. Now, how does the quadratic formula look like? I use it a little bit different. Just make sure. Can you give me that problem? I don't have a page here. 3x squared. I'm just looking for. So 3x squared minus 4x. We have the 3x squared minus 4x equals to 5. Now, it looks, although that this one can factorize easy, but they already hinted to me that this I should factorize to 2 decimal places. So what I do in this case, I'm first going to write it in standardized form. So what does that mean? Standardized means in descending powers of x. So I'm going to rewrite this quickly. 3x squared minus 4x. If I bring that over, be careful. Sign changes. That becomes minus 5 equals to 0. Now, the first thing that I always tell my learners to do is go work out the discriminant. Because if the value of the discriminant is a negative, you don't have to work any further. Alright, so we're going to know the discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. What is that variable coming from? This is the a value, this is the b value, and that is the c value. Let's do substitution. So if we substitute there, it is going to be negative 4 square, and take careful look at how I'm using my brackets. A is 3 and negative 5. I substitute, that is supposed to be 16. A negative times a negative is equals to a positive. 4 times 3 is equals to 12. And then 12 times 5 is equals to 60. So I get 76. Like I say, then you have to use a calculator. In your next step, we're going to say, we're going to write down the quadratic formula. X is equals to negative b plus minus the square root of the discriminant over 2a. I'm going to have a positive value and a negative value. So I'm going to say x is equals to negative. What is my b value? B value is 4. So that becomes a positive 4. Negative times a negative is equals to a positive 4 plus the square root, or let's say the square root of 76 over 2 times 3, which equals to 6. Or my other answer is going to be equals to 4 minus the square root of 76 over 6. I type or punch this into my calculator, and then I get an answer. Answers are going to be what? 2, 1, 2. What is the next number? I know, but I just want to check because this is grade 10 work. I'm doing grade 10's rounding. I just want to show it to them. Maybe some of you are also watching. So what is the next numbers? Let's check. It's 1, 1, 1, 9. And then 6, 3. Now, if they ask you grade 10, welcome to the YouTube channel of Mr. Le Cordeur. In grade 10, they ask you to round off to a certain amount of decimals. What you do, you go to that number, you draw a line there, you check this number. If this number is 5 or greater, it's going to round up. It's going to change the value of this number right here. So in this case, we have the number here that is greater than 5. So therefore, the answer, thank you, grade 12, is 1, 2, 1, 2. This answer here, we're just going to go straight to the rounding, and you get penalized for not rounding correct. There's a minus 1 mark there in the memo. Normally when we set up, there's a minus 1 mark for rounding not correct. So this is important, but they expect you to know it because you've been doing it since grade 10 already. What's the other answer here? Negative 0.79. Now, viewers at home, it is possible for us to make a mistake. If we did make a mistake, or if you are enjoying this content, please just correct our mistakes, write it in the comments below. We are all just here to learn and explore and doing some mathematics because this is our love and our passion. And yeah, it's Valentine's Day, so you got to do what you love and love what you do. Next one is, what's the problem? Okay, let me just check. Sure, again, I can't find the problem now. It is, you will have to show me how you type it in, because try typing in, oh yeah, you see, yeah, if you change that to a negative, gives you that answer and easily. Thank you. So please learners, that's why I encourage you to do this separately, because sometimes you type it in and you type it in everything together, when then it becomes a long equation to type in. But if you first did work out the discriminant separately, then it is easier, because it's a less typing that you need to do in the calculator, and the less you do, the greater the chances of you are of getting it right. So because it's easy to type when you carry stuff over, it's easy to make mistakes. It's human. No? Okay, can I see the next one? Wait, can I write this? Let me just clean the board here. So plans for Valentine's Day, guys and girls. Everyone's going to the Valentine's Day ball tonight. Remember, Valentine's time ball or the V ball starts at 6 o'clock, ends promptly at 8 o'clock. So make sure you how much is the now? Make sure you have the sequence 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. The sequence, so that you enjoy your money that you paid for that ticket. Less or equals to 15, 1, 5. All right, this is now what kind of, are we still busy with equations? No, this is an inequality. So they're asking us an equation sum, and sometimes to do this important, I'm going to bring that over like I did in an equality sum or in equation sum, but now I need to understand the question, because this isn't a mathematic, not a jail sentence, but it is they're asking me, and who can clarify what are they asking? They're asking, if I look at this, what is this alone? It's a quadratic function, which looks like something like that. And they're asking me, what is that less or equals to 0? So sometimes we need to understand the question first. What do they ask me? If something is less, it's below. If I am greater, I'm normally the bigger one. No? So the less is that part there. So we cannot say it is only that value or that value, because that is the roots. But the roots becomes now the critical values that we have there. No? So it is going to be between all of that. So how to determine the roots first, or the critical values that we have here? By factorization. And we're going to take the factors of the first term and the factors of the last term. In this case, it's going to be x, and the factors of 15, then it's going to get me to 2. Great stuff. Mr. David says it's 3 and 5. What is it going to be? A positive 3 and a negative 5, I think? Positive 3 and a negative 5. Now we're going to see, important to write here, critical values. Because your critical values is going to be x is equals to. And now, you see, if I don't write critical values, I'm actually changing the whole thing. Then they think, okay, but jy verstaan nie die sommie. Jy verstaan nie that we asked you, where is it less? We didn't ask you, where is it equals to? So let me just finish here. So we're going to say that's negative 3, and the other critical value is x is equals to 5. So now we understand it needs to be that part. So that one way of writing this is x. No? Listen, x, is it included? Yes. X is equals to between negative 3 and 5. I see in the examiners, no, so I want you to practice both, of writing it down in both ways. They don't like when we do this in question 1. So they prefer the other way. The other way, this makes more sense to me, and it's easier to teach for learners. But the other way of writing this is x lies between 5 and negative 3. No? Yeah. You can add there, x is an element of real numbers, including everything. All right. Guys and girls, you have a lot of work to do. I'm not going to add to your homework. Next week, we're going to start on functions. I hope it's going to be a good topic. I encourage you to stay active, practice mathematics every day, and have a lovely rest of your Valentine's Day. Over and out.